Let's just be honest. But this one, it's like we've had a really great conversation. We've discovered the need. You've said you're all on board. And then we get to the very end. We talk about price and you need to shop around. Hey, welcome to the Insurance Buzz. We are your hosts, Michael and Courtney Weaver, and today is part of our 4-part series of overcoming life insurance objections that you hear on the daily. And today we are going to be discussing how to overcome the objection of, I need to shop around.
Shop around.
I need to shop around.
Okay.
This objection always bothers me a little bit.
I like how you're muting that.
Because
you're like, it bothers me a little bit.
Now, it doesn't matter if an objection bothers you or not. Let's just be honest. But this one, it's like we've had a really great conversation. We've discovered the need. You've said you're all on board. And then we get to the very end. We talk about price and you need to shop around. It just pains me a little bit. It hurts me a little bit.
It doesn't pain you or hurt you. I think the word that you're looking for there is you are frustrated.
Frustrated is a good word. It's like, what the heck? What the heck? But either way.
I like that you're muting it too. You're like, what the heck?
Either way, now we get to overcome that objection.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you want to throw that objection my way? Great. I hear you. I see you. I'm going to address it. And I'm going to assume that you want to go ahead and get this done, because who has time to actually go out and shop rates?
And I love this objection, and I'm so sorry that it brings you so much frustration, but I love it because the smart aleck in me, when I hear that stuff, I'm always like, well, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters? You know what I mean? It's like, if you're going to do all of this legwork and you're going to prospect, and you're going to set up an appointment, have a conversation over the phone, in person, whatever that looks like for you. And then you get all the way to the end and the person says, I'm going to shop around. I literally am like, who are you calling? Are you calling Ghostbusters?
And is life insurance actually something that you want the cheapest rate around?
I'm telling you right now, I would love, I've never asked this because I don't have enough coconuts, but maybe you do. If you're listening to this, maybe this is part of it. We're going to teach you how to overcome this objection, but I'm going to give you a little nugget right here. I would love for, if the next time you heard this, you ask them, are you going to Google that? Or where are you going to go to find that information? Because for me, I think for something that I don't know much about, there's a lot of things that I don't know a lot about, and I leave to the professionals. This is one of those things. And when I don't know where to get that information, I'm Googling it, or I'm going into like a Facebook group. So it's like, where are you? That's why I make the Ghostbusters joke. It's like, who are you going to call? Who are you shopping around with?
So, side note, has nothing to do with overcoming the shop around objection. I actually just read a statistic that 31% of Gen Zs get their financial advice from TikTok.
Oh, we got to up our TikTok.
Anyways, let's get back to that as an interesting statistic. All right, let's get into this. How do you overcome? How are you going to overcome? And what are you going to say the next time a customer says, I need to shop around? So it's the AAA method. Number one, we always agree, and then we're going to address, and then we're going to assume. Agree, address, assume. So when I hear I need to shop around, I like to always say, hey, Courtney, I'm with you. I get wanting to shop around. Quick question for you on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being you have zero interest in what we talked about today. 10 being you're totally on board. You understand and agree that this is a perfect plan to get in place. I'm a 10. Let's get it going. Where are you at on that scale? So I always like the 1 to 10 close, because it's going to figure out, it's going to give you a good gauge on where they're at. Because if they answer a 6 or lower, you're going to say, wow, Courtney, that's a little bit lower than I was hoping for. Tell me, what exactly are you looking for in a plan that I'm not able to provide you? So you're going to get curious and try to figure out, what are they looking for that you're not providing them, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, typically it's going to be a 7, 8, 9, or 10, in which I'm going to respond with, hey, that score is really high. I'm glad that we're on the same page. I'm glad that you want to protect your family. Now, let's just take time out of the equation and get this going. I need the legal spelling of your first and last name. Or you want to pay with a Visa, MasterCard, Amex. Like, you're going to automatically assume it. So it's, hey, Courtney, I'm with you. If she answers a 7, 8, 9, or 10, hey, I'm so glad that we're on the same page. let's just take time out of the equation because time is important. I know you have a lot of things going on, and the last thing that you really want to do is go shop around for life insurance. All I need is a legal spelling of your first or last name to get this application going. That's it. Super simple, super easy. You're going to assume. You would be amazed at when you do this, how many people are like, you're right, let's just get this going, right? Mm-hmm. Now, what happens when they're like, well, because now they're going to give you the true objection.
Yeah.
And that's what we're fishing for with this. So hopefully they're just like, yep, let's get this going. Or they're going to say, well, if they're shopping around, more than likely they're looking for a cheaper rate, right? So then I'm going to respond because they're going to be like, well, I'd really like to go shop around. Okay. Well, Courtney, I'm with you. Again, agree again. I'm with you. So when you go to shop around, what exactly are you hoping to find that I'm not able to provide you today?
Asking more questions there.
Yeah.
Digging a little bit deeper.
Yeah. Like, what are you hoping to find or what are you hoping to get that I'm not able to provide you today?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's missing from this?
Yeah, because
or what do you want from this?
You have to uncover the true reason why they're shopping around, because all they're going to do is keep it high level generic. I just need to go shop around. What exactly are you hoping to find through shopping around that I'm not able to provide you today, in which they're typically going to respond with a lower rate, in which you respond with, I'm with you and I get that price is important. I have a simple question for you, Courtney. When the day comes and you pass away, yes, because right now I'm telling you, you can 100% find a cheaper life insurance policy. And I hope that we can agree that just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's good. And so my question for you after this great conversation we've had, Courtney, is on the day you pass away, are you going to trust the cheapest plan you have to make sure that your family is protected and has that guaranteed financial security? Or are you going to trust somebody that actually set aside time to have this conversation with you to make sure that you had a proper plan in place? So on the day you pass away, I will be the one delivering your check.
That's good.
Which one makes you feel most comfortable?
Well, I'm going to pick the one where I have the guarantee.
Most people are going to pick that. When you say it that way, like, hey, I would hope we can both agree that cheapest is not always good and good is not always cheap. So on the day that you do pass away, are you going to trust the cheapest plan or the individual that had the conversation with you and helped you put a plan in place so that your family would be financially protected and have that guaranteed financial security?
Oh my gosh, I think that's so good. Because I think about how many times I have ordered something and it's like what I thought I was getting and what you actually get, and you order it from somewhere and it shows up and it's like, this is toddler size. And because it was cheaper.
It's cheaper, but you're calling it out. Like 100%, you can get it cheaper.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing. I'm never going to argue with the customer. Like, I want to go ahead and tell them, like, hey, you're 100% going to be able to find something cheaper than we talked about today. But I would also hope that we agree that cheap is not always better.
Well, and I think the other thing is you are your biggest asset.
100%.
You are your biggest asset, more than your house, more than any of your material possessions. And you are going to trust that to what exactly?
To who?
Right.
The average life insurance professional works in the career less than 2 years. So yeah, you can go find something cheaper, but that individual is not even going to be more than likely in the business in a couple of years. So I had a conversation with you. You already do business with me. I plan on doing this for the next 30, 40, 50 years of my life. When something happens, I'll be the one that is personally delivering this check to your family. Would you rather that happen or just go with the cheapest option and whatever happens, happens? Yep. That's all we're trying to get across from him. And so here's the thing that you're doing. You're agreeing, and then use the 1 to 10. You assume the sell. If they give you another objection, Courtney, I'm with you. What exactly are you hoping to find by shopping around that I'm not able to provide you today? In which more than likely they're going to say cheapest rate, in which you say, hey, totally with you, Courtney. I understand that price is always going to be important. And when it comes to life insurance, I would hope that we agree that just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's better. And so the one question that I have for you, Courtney, is on the day that you pass away, Are you going to be more confident in the cheapest policy that you got for your family, or the plan that we talked about today, and someone that you know will be here for your family that can deliver that check to offer guaranteed financial security for them? They have two options. I'm going to go the cheapest route, or I'm going to go with you. If they go the cheapest route, they're probably not a qualified lead anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's all we're trying to figure out here. We're just trying to get to the yes or no. Because when they walk out of your office and they get hit by a bus or they get into a car accident, they don't have life insurance. That's not a good situation for anybody. And so all we're trying to do is figure out is, hey, does this make sense to go ahead and get this going today? Or are you going to go shop around and find the cheapest policy? So that's how you overcome, I need to go shop around. I need to go shop around for the cheapest rate. AAA method, remember it, agree, address, assume. With that being said, we appreciate you. The next time you hear the shop around, I'm going to go shop around, use this and text me, 816-727-7610. Let me know how the conversation went. Look, I know it may be a little uncomfortable. I know it may be a little scary because it's new. Try it and just see what happens. All right. So as always, time and attention are by far our most important assets. We appreciate you spending time with us today on The Buzz. Go out and make it great.
Woo!